Hello Aries, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot, and we are doing August readings today with the Light Seers Tarot. Just the tarot this time. I'm not doing oracle cards, but it looks like we've already got a wonderful start here. Wow. As always, these are general readings for a general Aries audience, so please take what resonates for you and leave the rest for another Aries. I invite you to check out the videos for all of your major astrological placements, so like your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign. Sometimes one or the other is more resonant for you. Sometimes there's a little bit of something in each of the videos for you. Starting out in the first column here, we have the Queen of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune. The Queen of Pentacles may well be someone like a friend, but this could also be a boss or a mentor figure, someone who is very resourceful, might have access to your financial planning, or a connection to a job, or might invite you to interview for a job or help you with your resume, social branding, something like that. Our Queen of Pentacles is typically someone who is very connected to security, and in terms of being stable and grounded, and in their home environment, in their financial situation. Sometimes it indicates healthy financial planning, and sometimes it's just about being resourceful with financial planning. So it could be a CEO type, it could be an entrepreneur type. Take it as it resonates for you. It's going to be different for different Aries. This could be a time for you to accept a new role, a new position, especially if you're looking for a new job, or looking to expand your own resources, or maybe branch out if you're thinking about entrepreneurial endeavors, or looking for ways to maybe start your own home-based business or something like this. This could be a mentor or a friend with some ideas, some support, or someone with an actual job or a connection in that way. Someone who could model that behavior or give you advice in that way. She is paired with the Wheel of Fortune, which is a card that indicates your fortunes are changing. Now, I always struggle with this card because I'm very much a person who believes that it is our responsibility to participate in life. We have to go out there and, ask for the things we want, and flirt with the people we're interested in, and make the most of opportunities that are available. But it is true that sometimes, there's less flow, less opportunities, and there are phases where we do get more green lights and more flow. And this card, when we see it show up, it indicates better flow, more opportunities. So you do have to say yes in order to take advantage of these opportunities. But this is things like, again, invitations. So if you're someone who's looking for a new job, or to maybe expand a home hobby into a home business, opportunities to brand, or market, or do a fair in your local community, and share your tie-dye or sell your tie-dye at a local fair or something. Hearing about opportunities, just as one really specific weird example, finding out that the day you go to the grocery store just happens to be free sample day, or a friend has a ticket to a rock concert you wanted to go to, and you get to go to this, you get VIP seats for free. This is kind of good fortune happening, green lights, just better flow. So that's a great way to start August. But again, it's saying yes to opportunities, trying new things, meeting new people, and believing in a benevolent universe when an unusual or unexpected opportunity or invitation comes your way. Okay. Now, in the next column, we have something here that looks like maybe it was a mistake or a misunderstanding, but this is why we come to the tarot, because the tarot reminds us just because something looks like a mistake doesn't mean it's a failure or an ending. The Five of Swords indicates that, I don't know why this doesn't want to stay in focus, that there's some sort of little misunderstanding or miscommunication that leads to something of a minor setback. But the thing is, it's just like a missed email, a missed message, something goes to the wrong phone number, or a DM is missed or something. There's some sort of message that goes a bit astray or is misread. An apology is, extended but not heard or understood. Something happens and there's a little bit of confusion around that. This just happens just before Mercury goes direct. So if there's some sort of misunderstanding or a missed interview or something, do not worry. This has come up a couple of times in a couple of other readings this month, so do not dismay. Do not give up. It's just about asking the right questions, following up, maybe extending an apology or rescheduling a missed appointment or whatever it is, because this happens especially with Mercury retrograde, in that last final sort of push before we're out of the Mercury retrograde shadow. There's just that little bit of time when we can misunderstand or overanalyze or misread something, and it has to do with information or messages or that sort of situation. But once you get that piece straightened out, that information is cleared up, or that apology is issued, or the contract is renegotiated, whatever it is, it has to do with information, communication, that sort of thing. Once it's cleared up, it's go time. The Chariot is absolute, a victory card. The thing you want gets the green light, and you are off to the races. Now, the Chariot is absolutely you in the driver's seat, you going a direction you want to go. You're in charge of the speed, you're in charge of the destination. This is you in control, in charge, going to a place you want to go. So whatever was, misheard or misunderstood gets cleared up, and things get rectified, so you're able to move forward despite the misunderstanding. Okay, so that's one piece. In another area of your life, there is another situation. I believe these two columns are slightly different, because here we have the Hanged Man, or the Hanged One, I prefer. because I am not a hanged man, but this card has a central character that, you know, whatever the central character is in any tarot card, that often refers to us, the querent, the reader, whoever the reading is about, right? So here is you doing some gymnastics to get a different vantage point, to give you that aha moment, that illumination, that enlightenment, that unlocks, you know, an idea, a stumbling block, something that you had been ruminating on for a while, especially for creative types, or for those of us who have been looking for a resolution or an answer to a question or a problem or a way out. This card reminds us that getting a new vantage point, getting out of that ruminating, you know, sometimes some of us just kind of go over and over and over with the information we have, looking for the solution with the information we have. What is that saying? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different solution. So the hanged one is the antidote, you know, getting out of that sort of rut, getting a new vantage point, maybe going for a spa day, or going for a hike, going for a vacation, going to the movies, going to a concert, you know, having a girls' night out, whatever you need to do to get a whole new perspective. There's some other viewpoint or perspective that will give you that, just that spark that will give you an answer, illumination that will help you release something that you need to let go. Because paired with this is the Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords can often, certainly in the Rider-Waite-Smith version, that's the card with the character on the ground and all the swords sticking out of him. It's a really bummer of a card. I apologize if you can hear the helicopter in my neighborhood. I'll just wait for that to kind of go by. But the artwork on this card is much more hopeful, right? It's more of a release, like something that needs to be let go is released so that you can move forward in your life. And so it's kind of a more hopeful way of understanding the process in this, you know, this piece, right? So it can be something like, sure, it could be like a breakup, or, you know, that realization, like, I've got to let go of this job, or I've got to change my hours at this job, or maybe it's time to retire, or this career path that I've given so much of my life to, it just doesn't make me happy, and maybe it's time to, you know, go a different direction. It doesn't have to be that dramatic. It can even be, you know, I really need to give up alcohol, or, you know, you'll know what it is for you. It could be, you know, anything, whatever this thing is that you need enlightenment on. This can be the result, you know, that weight being lifted of whatever the problem was, being able to release the problem, release the stress, release the weight of having that hanging over you. It doesn't necessarily mean having to say goodbye to a thing or a person or even a temptation. It can just be letting go of the stress of the problem, right? So you're letting go of something that does not serve you with the illumination or the enlightenment. How about that? Okay. This allows you to move forward. Although I will say it looks like for some Aries, you are moving away from something like a job or maybe a roommate situation, possibly a relationship, something that maybe once served you that no longer fits. Or perhaps you're moving towards something. Because here we have, in the final column, we have the Eight of Cups. And here is our central character, you. You get to be the main character in this reading, right? You know, it's in common sort of vernacular, it's you're supposed to feel bad about being the main character, right? You're supposed to feel like that's some sort of egotistical trip. But here at Bohemian Path Tarot, when we do our tarot readings, you are the main character in your tarot reading. So here's our main character walking away from something, walking towards the dawn, walking towards a new day, walking towards a new experience. So there is a sense of knowing that something is not serving, something that maybe perhaps was working or had worked, but no longer fits or serves. In many artists' depictions of this card, many other artists' depictions of this card, I should say. I wish I had one to show you, but I don't have one handy. But there's often like an element of the dark that our main character is walking away from as they walk towards the dawn or walk towards the day. They're walking from sort of a darker element into the light of day. So you may be leaving a job or a career path or a relationship, or just walking towards a more authentic version of yourself. It could be something like deciding to be more vulnerable, more honest, more open in your relationships, in your connections. It could be something like that. We do see this move towards more honest and open engagement paired with the Three of Wands. Now, the Three of Wands is a card of success, of acknowledging that some ships are coming in. There's often some sort of recognition in an area that you feel attached to. The wands are the suit of our passions. Sometimes it has to do with our career life, like something that our healthy ego is attached to, but sometimes our career, sometimes what we do for money isn't the same as what we do for our recognition, right? Sometimes what pays the rent is not what actually feeds our soul. So whatever it is that you do that feeds your sort of ego, what you like to do to be known, there's some sort of level of success or recognition. You're seeing some sort of validation in that area of your life, and perhaps you're seeking more. Perhaps you're seeing a way where you would like to make that a bigger part of your life, and so making more time or rearranging other elements of your life for more of this might be what this Eight of Cups is for you. It kind of depends on circumstances, Aries. As someone who's doing this reading for a number of Aries, I can't kind of be more specific, but take it as it resonates for you, right? It does seem to me that as we're moving into the fall, you're moving more towards exploring greater authenticity, to experience more passion and more direct sort of recognition with whatever this is that gives you that sense of excitement and passion. So for some people, this could be an athletic endeavor. For some people, this could be a creative endeavor. For some people, this is your sort of career life. This is a lot going on, and it looks like at first, you know, kind of the universe is, you know, poking at you with some good news and good opportunities, and then you kind of take the wheel and start making some choices to make some changes by the end of the month. There's just this one cautionary tale here, right? That if there is some communication glitch, just issue any apology and reschedule, review as needed. It's not a loss. It's just an opportunity to make amends, to, you know, like I said, reschedule and move forward, because there's absolutely a reason to keep going and move towards your passions with whatever this is. Okay? I'm going to leave it there for you, Aries. Thank you so much for joining me. If this was helpful, please consider leaving a comment, like, share, subscribe. In any case, take good care. Until next time, bye for now.